Yo, yo, yo. What up? We're finna do some live astro regions today. I got my partner, Soul Fan, with me, Beth. She gonna help me give her some accurate readings today as she go through her astrological course training, showing her ways to dissect the chart, simple and fast and accurate. And we're doing my other Soul Fan, okay? Native chart reading today. Yup, and tropical.
I'm excited to see what she's learned.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna
I
get you.
say she's always asking questions.
Oh yeah. Great students make great teachers. Confirm it for me. You're Pisces rising, Cancer
Yes,
sun, and Libra moon.
yes.
All right. All right, we can go ahead and get started. Um, Pisces rising at the 10th degree. Um, First of all, Pisces rising at the 10th degree mean a loss of the father figure, loss of dealing with authority figures. Um, it could be recognition for some type of art. And you got the ruler of Pisces in the first and the 11th. So your life purpose in life consists of your friends, your network circle, also being yourself, which is your personality. Um, you got Jupiter in that first house. So Jupiter in the first house make you like a very optimistic type of person. You know, always thinking for the betterment. And it's in Jupiter and Pisces. I got that placement too. Always thinking about the betterment of people for real, trying to help people. Uh, Also this like some type of creative arts. It's
Most
also
definitely.
okay. They also can show where travel played a major part of your life. Probably as a child. Um, oh, it's at 27 degree. Oh, that yeah, yeah. So some type of travel major part of your life, and the other rule is in 11. So that means your friends took some type of loss to deal with friends. Um,
Yeah, I've lost some people real close to me, especially my FL.
okay. So you did lose a friend.
Hmm. And I
Okay.
fell out with my basically two of my longtime best friends.
Yeah, that Neptune and show that you also gain a lot of friends, but you also can lose a lot of friends because of
Hmm.
most of their attitude. Because you got that first degree, their attitude and the way they act.
Hmm. It's always the
Um,
principal for me.
right. uh, Jupiter in the first also make you Jupiter and Pisces in the first also make you like a very like charitable person, probably want to start a charity one day. Or just looking out for the underdogs of the universe for real, just the unfortunate people like homeless people and stuff like that.
Hmm. I've always loved doing for other people. I feel most accomplished when I'm helping people with things.
Right, me too. I feel the same way.
I've always been that way ever since I was a little kid.
Yeah, me too. That what's up. That's that Jupiter and Pisces, that's the Jesus Christ aspect.
Mm.
Yeah, they're like Christ consciousness for real. So people with these placement care for the betterment of others for real. And you got it in the first house. So the more you care for others and do for others, that will uplift your personality and your overall. Cause the first house is the body too. So it'll make you healthier for real.
Mm.
Uh we're gonna move to the second house. Second house is in Aries with the ruler in the fourth house. The second house is our values, our self-esteem, our talents. Also the family. And you got the ruler of the second house in the fourth house. You got the ruler of the second house of family. I mean, you got Aries in the second house of family. You got the ruler in the fourth house of family. So there's some type of conflict going on in the family when you was in Gemini, teenager.
Whew. Still,
Still, still to the present
still,
day.
still.
um. Also, you got that Saturn in the second house, where Saturn can restrict your self-esteem, your values, even your talent to develop late in life. Saturn just restrict but not deny. So it just over time your talent comes to you, or probably came to you
Hmm.
later on in life. And
And
it's
income as well. What about income?
yep. And your finances, like your finances, you probably had to work real hard for your finance. And you got that Saturn in the first degree, so you had to expend a lot of energy just to make some money for real.
Hmm.
Uh, it's in Taurus. So Saturn represent our career and also represent like if we was to start a business, right? So your business probably would consist of like Taurian things such as cosmetics.
Anything
Um,
to do with the senses,
right, the
things that you
senses,
can touch, smell, taste.
right,
Ooh,
the beauty of thing.
that's crazy that she says that because it's like I'm coming out with like a candle line amongst other things. So it's just interesting that she says that for sure.
Yeah,
Right,
perfect.
right. Yep. I think that
Hmm.
align with Taurus too, yo. You got what I about to say. Second house is also the family, right? So it's some type of disciplinary family, like a family very strict and disciplined, like could
I
be in a way.
just they've never. I just feel like they've never agreed with me. They've never
Right,
agreed with me and how I view life or um, just like my spiritual concepts instead of religious. They've just never agreed with me. And
yeah,
with me being mixed, I grew up with the white side of my family, and they've always just been very condescending, and they just look down on me for a lot of different things.
right. You got the
And
oh, go ahead.
and then just even now, it's crazy that you had mentioned finances because even now it's just like it seems like no matter how hard I work, I still struggle sometimes when it comes to like my stability.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some remedy to help you make some finances though, according to your
Okay,
chart.
okay.
So,
Taurus is a very slow moving energy anyway, isn't it, Al?
yep,
Very
and Saturn,
slow but determined. You're always going to get there in the end.
right.
Mm,
It's slow moving, but after Saturn, like I said, it restricts but don't decline. But over time, you become a master of it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Saturn is
shoot.
mastery. Wherever
Well,
Saturn
I love to hear
is
it. I can't wait to master it.
at. How old are you now?
I'm 26.
Oh, yeah, you ain't been through your Saturn
Yep, I'll
return.
be
She
27 this
hasn't
June.
started yet, has she?
Yeah, when your Saturn return, that when it'll activate that money too.
When
Yeah,
does
when
that happen?
30,
It's starting now, but it activate around 30 years old.
around 30,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when Saturn reach
Whew,
That was
Taurus.
I
when
got
I
something to
got
look
my
forward to,
Odysseus
y'all.
at 30.
Oh yeah. Um, the rule of the second and the fourth, so conflict with family. Like I said, you start like a cosmetic business, Thorian business, Taurus. Oh yeah, you gotta watch what you eat with Saturn in the second. 'Cause the second house and Taurus is the mouth. So you gotta watch what you intake, 'cause it can cause inflammation and what it call when your throat burn, acid reflux. I mean,
I believe it. I struggle with that still, but I got real bad stomach problems, but I love food.
right. You got that Virgo in the
Doesn't
six.
Jupiter in the first expand everything as well now?
Right. Jupiter expands and it make
Mhm.
And it's in
everything
the first house of you.
of the body. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's Pisces, and there's no boundaries with Pisces. It's like the ocean. It's like there's
Right.
it's vast, isn't it?
Yes. You right on point, fam. You on point.
Okay, okay. Period.
Oh yeah. What else about Saturn in the second? Saturn can restrict your self-esteem, like probably due to the family, because it's in the second house of family with the ruler in the fourth. So some type of way the family had a big effect on the self-esteem and your self-value.
Hmm.
Probably from the harsh words they used to tell you and stuff. Because you got that Saturn square Mercury, so they can be talking real cold talking,
Yeah.
talking down on you, down minding your mind, your mentality,
That's why I stay away from them.
undermining what you say and how you. So that made you kind of restrict the way you speak to others. Kind of like you don't want to just fully
So
say nothing
I
because
want
you
to be very I want people to ever to
say, well, now I can hear you breaking up.
just I want to be very uh, considerate of how they spoke to me or how they made me feel.
Right. I couldn't hear the first part, but I think I know what you're saying. You like, um, when it comes to people,
Yeah, just
you hold back your thoughts and your words just according to how the situation going for real, because you're afraid of how other people will value you after that. Because it's in the second
yeah.
house
I
of
I
value.
do, especially when it comes to things that I think could cause me to fall out with people.
Right. Trying to keep the peace.
Hold that
Mm,
different times.
right. Um, got that Saturn at the first degree. Conflict with authority. Conflict with like older um people also. Conflict with authority. Conflict with older people. Conflict with the father. Uh, so we're moving on to third house. Third house is in Taurus. And you got the ruler of Taurus in the third house, in Gemini. So third house ruling the third house put a big emphasis on the community, the siblings, if you have any, your relationship with the siblings. You got siblings?
Yes.
Okay. So let's put a big emphasis on the siblings and the community. Um, even your mentality. Third house is your mentality, the way you process information.
Hmm.
Uh, third house is like short trips and Venus in there. So you could make money.
Do you feed people? Do you feed your siblings or the community?
I love cooking for people, and I actually been thinking about selling plates. Like I love cooking for like my man, family, friends. Like I always have. Everybody always comes to me for good eats.
Right. Venus is money, and you got it in the third house of short trips, like kind of like DoorDash right here for real. But it could be also
I feel like due to me being unstable, I bounce around a lot.
right. You got that Venus at the 7 degree, so it's like using your hands and your mind to make money. Some way using your hands to make some money. Uh oh yeah, it's in Taurus too. I forgot.
Food, senses.
Yeah, food, uh, cosmetic, like I said. Taurus rule like makeup and stuff like that. You can make money from makeup and stuff like that. Makeup, food, like she said. Um, what else? Taurus is
Anything that you can touch, smell, eat.
right. I'm trying to
Okay.
think. Like jury, yeah, like jury.
I feel like okay. I feel like that's a confirmation.
What? What's the confirmation for?
Um, just talking about like your sensory items, cooking and things
Okay.
like that, just with the business that I'm trying to start up.
Okay. What's the business you trying to start now?
Well, I have a different line of like, like spiritual candles, bath salt, oils, things like that.
Right. Yeah. You head in the right direction.
Taurus doubles everything as well. So anything that you put your hands to, you'll be able to double it up. Like
Right.
with your candles, the wax melts, you're gonna be doubling everything. Food,
Right.
you'll
Mhm.
be putting two things together and making a plate. You're doubling everything up, and
Right.
then you'll double up on your money too.
Yep, that's that Gemini energy. Yep, double up. Yeah, anything dealing with your hands, you can make money out there. So keep that as a focus. Uh, let me see. The relationship with siblings. Then you got. Let me see. You got to leave her at the 7 degree or something like some kind of contract or small claim court. Let me see. We'll come back to it. But fourth house is in Gemini with the ruler and the fifth. So the fourth house is the family, uh, the mother, the ancestors, the homeland, your home. Uh, fourth house is also your roots, where you come from. So you got it in Gemini. Gemini, yeah. Um, Gemini like data, like bunch of notes and stuff like that. You got a bunch of notes inside the house. Bunch of
I do notes all day, every day. Anytime I think of something, I put it in my notes. I have a billion different notes in my phone all the time. I'm
mhm.
always writing things down.
Gemini also represent Buddha.
It represents
Yeah,
what?
Buddha.
Okay.
You probably ain't got that deep yet in spirituality, but most people with Gemini
No,
and
I'm
Buddha
with
have
all
like
that.
a Buddha statue inside their crib.
It's crazy. I wanted a tattoo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I love tattoos. I'm real tatted.
Gemini 4 house can be like staying in more than one house. Staying with siblings. Also, a sibling can stay with you.
That's crazy. My sister was talking about wanting to get a place together.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, 4 house in Gemini with Mars and Mars and Gemini conflict going on with inside the neighborhood, at the home, dealing with siblings. We got that Mars at 26 degree, which is Taurus degree once again. So something happened in the family with the way they communicate, which affected your
Well, it's crazy.
self-esteem once again.
It's crazy because me and my brother and me and my sister, we had both fell out when I was in Florida, and I've been back in Kansas City for probably about a year and a half or so now, and they just now within the same week, probably like maybe last week, maybe the week before, had just both randomly reached out to me, and I just heard from my dad for the first time in I don't know how many months. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, your phone going crazy.
I know I don't know what's going on every time I unmute myself. That's why I'm trying to keep myself muted.
Probably come from the connection. What up, Jeremy? Jeremy said right up my alley. I don't know what he talking about though, but um, yeah, that Mara 4 house gonna be like fights inside the home, fights in the home, a lot of aggression inside the household. Let me see what Mara's doing. Yeah, from the father, a lot of aggression from the father in the household. A lot of um, with Mars square the moon too, which is the moon be your family and it also can be the mother. Well, there's just a lot of aggression going on inside the family when they probably verbally because it's in Gemini and somehow that affect your self esteem the way you value yourself. But over time you gonna learn the to master your self value because you got that Saturn in the second Saturn's mastery and you got it in the second house of self value and self esteem. So it might take a minute, but eventually you're gonna be a master of that type of energy. Anything you got to say about that? Mars in the fourth, Bill?
I tried to put something in the chat.
I couldn't hear what you said, bro. Try to leave out and come right back in. Cause that thing going crazy. What you say, Bill?
No, I just think it might be heat in the home, or Mars cuts things off. So was the mod cut off somewhere along the line?
Right, right. That's a good answer right there.
Is it
Bill
still
said,
doing it?
"No, you sound good now." Bill said it can be like heat in the house, like hot or a fireplace. Also,
Okay, okay. We had a firehouse. We had a fireplace, but we never lit. But I was just saying, like growing up, like my home life was really, really, really toxic. My family is still very toxic. We still don't get along. And my daddy was always super mean to me, like mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally. Like, and it always seemed personal.
right, right. It probably due to him doing drugs and stuff. Cause you got that Saturn square Neptune.
And it's crazy because my daddy was a Gemini. My daddy's a Gemini.
Oh yeah,
My mom was a Cancer. My daddy's a Gemini.
and both of those in the fourth house too, for real. Oh, and that's crazy. So Mars in the fourth. Let me see now. Let me see. That Mars square and that moon. Then you got Mars in the fourth. That kind of like some type of fire in the house, which can be just a fireplace for real. You did say y'all had a fireplace, right?
hmm
Okay, yeah. And what else you said,
There's
Bill?
never ever been any accidents with fires in the home or anything like that.
Well, actually, I don't remember it, but I was always told that the original fireplace in the house burnt down. Like it burnt down a major part of the house and it had to get remade.
Oh yeah, right on
And
point.
they said that after my great grandmother passed, they said that after they remade the fireplace,
Mhm.
her face was like engraved in the stone, but they don't know how, but it looks just like her. It looked like burn marks etched in the stone, and it looked like a picture of her face.
That's crazy. So we were right on point then.
hmm
Good job, Bill. Uh, let me see what else. You also got the sun in the fourth house.
There's a lot of
Sun.
fourth house going on.
Yeah, you got that Mars and the sun in the fourth house. So, uh, Mars is our ambition and drive, and sun is our the way self-expression. You got sun at the ninth degree. Um, like I said, it was some type of belief, clash of beliefs in the family. Once again, made you not want to fully self-express yourself because of different beliefs.
Yeah, I just had to understand that they'll never accept me or understand me, and that's okay. I no longer need validation. I have nothing to prove to them. Either they see me or they don't, and I'm okay either way.
Right. With that ninth
But they're
degree, that
very
mean
religious,
that I was
and
just
I'm
about to
not.
say. With that ninth degree, they're gonna be religious, a religious family.
hmm
Yeah, took the words out my mouth. You got the sun in the ninth degree, which is Sagittarius degree, will represent religious, and you got the sun in the fourth house in Cancer, which means a very religious family. Uh, what else about the sun in the fourth? Okay, so the fourth house is your ancestors. So you got Martian ancestors and ancestors of the sun.
Ooh, I'm already knowing.
So Mars can be like let me see what Mars doing one more time. So you're original child of the sun for real. You got that sun in the fourth house of ancestors and roots. Um, and you're a Martian, you got Martian ancestors, so Martian ancestors can be like army people that been to the army, people that done been to some type of war. Um,
I have a lot of veterans in my family.
what people been to the army?
Yep, Marines
Oh, okay,
and the Navy.
okay, right on point.
Hmm.
Also, you got the sun, which represent
Aries,
what?
which is Martian, isn't it?
Yeah, Aries, yeah. Mars rule Aries. Well, Aries is governed by Mars.
My son's in the fourth anyhow, and my granddad was in the army.
Yup.
Mm.
The sun also show where your ancestors were like big authoritative figures. Sun represents authority also. Sun represent king, so you got like king ancestors that were kings and queens, like so you got a different mixture of ancestors.
I love it. I don't know how I knew, but I knew.
I'm trying to think what else the sun. The sun is like just people who are creators. So the sun is like the most important planet in the chart.
It's the life force.
Yes, life force.
And it's in the fourth, so your family is really important to you.
Right, right.
Even if you don't get on with them and you don't feel like you fit in, they are still very important.
Yep, they definitely are. And I know that my family had to be my family. It couldn't have been anybody else for me to learn what I needed to learn this lifetime.
Facts, facts, facts.
Exactly.
I think the sun is hold on, let me see. Yeah, the sun is the 19th. I'm gonna say the ninth degree. What else you see? What else you see, Beth?
Nothing at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, the sun it represent in Vedic Lord Krishna. So and Krishna really is represented by a star seed, which could be the avian star seed. And Mars, of course, is the Martian star seed. So you got ancestors come from Mars, planet, and avian, the constellation. So we're moving on to fifth house. Fifth house is in Cancer. Fifth house is you as a child and your children, your creative endeavors, romance, uh, intelligence. It also like trade school and um college, but they're like not more like college, but they're like trade school, like going to school for like 1 or 2 years to get like a certification type stuff. And you got Mercury in them. So that you try to go to school and you get like a certification.
I had I had started to go to school for a certification for a certificate, but my stability fucked that up.
Right, some way you could continue because you got that Mercury opposite Neptune.
But
Some some
but I already started with reapplying.
tomorrow recently.
Huh?
Recently?
Yeah,
Okay, that was up. What's up? But when you first started, some type of where you lost track dealing with
it was
friends,
family.
the friends and the family. Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing great. I had A's in all my classes and everything. I've always been really good when it comes to studying and learning. I'm big on knowledge.
Right, right.
Um, But when I had to move out of my apartment, when I had to move around, I was no longer able to get to school. So I ended up having to drop out of my classes.
Okay. You got Mercury and Leo. I got Mercury and Leo too. Um, but Mercury in the fifth house also like using your hand to create. Once again, using your hand to create. Using your mental to create. You got an opposite Neptune, Saturn, the Moon, Jupiter. It could be art, but not always. It probably could just be like um singing or writing rhymes, writing raps, or writing poetry, poems and stuff like that.
It's crazy. I'm real good at drawing. I'm a great cook. I love to sing, and I write a lot.
Okay, right on point then. Uh, what you think you can say about the Mercury in the fifth? Let me show you the aspects. So Mercury opposite Neptune, Mercury square Saturn, trying Pluto, sextile the Moon, and trying Jupiter. Um, something happened between you and one of your siblings when you was a child. Did y'all get separated or something?
Um, well, I know that when I was a teenager, my mama chose to take my auntie and my little brother and leave the state and go to Florida, but they left me behind. And I kind of just spend it for myself until I got myself together.
Oh, so that how you got separated from your siblings.
Yeah, I saved them from mom son, and he had tried to turn us around and got she in the little race ass and made her take me back out to familiar territory. And she left me, and I from there.
See where your mama living, you got that Jupiter opposite the Moon in Pisces. That mean your mama going somewhere far away.
Hmm.
That Moon opposite Jupiter in Pisces at the 24th. I'm saying 27 degree, which is Gemini degree. So that mean they left from the house, from the household, wherever the house it was.
Yeah, she sold the house that was supposed to go to me, and she left the state.
Damn. Yeah, you do got that Mars in the fourth, so there's a whole lot of conflict going on with the mother too, the mother and the father.
Mm, just cutting off. That's periods of cutting off.
Right, right. But that Mercury in the field make you like supposed to make you like boss minded, authority minded. You know, like the mind of a queen for real. Cause that Mercury in Leo and it's in the fifth house, so they're like a double emphasis of that
What
energy.
about gambling? Do you like gambling?
Mm, no, I don't like wasting money. I don't like risking money.
Yeah, she got that square Saturn, so she gonna be skeptical of that. Um, all right, moving on to the sixth. You got Leo in the sixth house. Sixth house about our health, our daily routine, nutrition, the work environment. So, and you got that ruler in the fourth house of Cancer. So you could be dealing with back problems, and you got Virgo in there too. Back problems in the digestive system.
Always, I got stomach and back problems.
What about the digestive system or the stomach?
Uh, yeah.
So those are two main things you gotta watch out for. Cause you got the Leo ruler back, Virgo rules the digestive system, and you got the ruler in the fourth house of the stomach. So, like I said, the Saturn in the second, you gotta be careful what you put in your mouth, inside your mouth. 'Cause Taurus is the mouth, second house is the mouth,
Mm.
and Saturn gonna restrict whatever you try to put in there. They're gonna try to um not digest it very well how you want it to. You know, it ain't gonna
Yeah,
go down
everything
how you
upsets
want it
my
to.
stomach.
So what now?
Everything upsets my stomach.
Everything gonna set your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you got that Mars in there. You can have inflammation on the stomach. Uh, and the throat. So they're like sore throat and acid. What it called when you when the food go down and it burn? I forgot what they call it. Acid
Yeah,
reflux.
acid
Acid
reflux.
reflux.
So yeah, that come from that Virgo and the Saturn in the second, and then Mars in the fourth. And it can give you chest problem too. Like when they go down, it can like go hurt the throat and the chest area.
Mm-hmm.
So you need
So
to eat more like colder foods, like foods from the earth that are like colder, like fruit and veg, stuff like that.
she need to eat like from the earth, like you said, because she got that Saturn in her. Saturn represent, huh?
I'm already knowing I gotta do better.
Yeah, Saturn represent let me see, like the dirt for real, like some yeah, like fruit. Some come out the ground, like she said, fruit, vegetables,
Something that will cool the inflammation down.
Mm-hmm.
right. Some cold, like you said, yeah, Saturday cold, yeah, yeah.
Cold.
You right on point, Bill. Good job, good job. Yeah, you need to eat like cold foods.
Okay.
Uh, don't eat old food. Cause Saturn represent old.
Okay.
And sometimes you could be eating like old food for real with that Saturn in the second. Um, let me see. Where we at? Sixth house. Oh yeah. And Leo is like self-expression. The more you self-express yourself, the better your health will get. The more you be a service to people, the better your health will get. 'Cause Virgo is service to people. Leo is self-expression. The more you create, the better your health will get, and the more you create a healthy daily routine, the better your health to get. Also, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which Mercury represents walking. Uh, the more you walk, the better your health to get. The more you talk, the better your health to get. Mercury also represents talking, communication.
Okay.
Uh, you got the ruler of the sixth in the fourth house. The more of you become emotionally stable, the better your health to get. Also, so try to keep your emotions up on the check because it'll make you real sick. Give you chest pain also.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and you got Virgo, the ruler there in the fifth house. So the more you create, the more you have fun, the better your health to get. So you gotta go out and have fun too. Um, being a service to the kids, being a service to the family also. The better your health to get. And what else? Six house, the work environment. You got the rule of six in the fourth. It seems like you can work from home.
Yep, I've
Six
had a
house.
lot of work from home jobs. That's what I'm looking for now.
Okay, right on point. Right on point. Yeah. Um, and you got Virgo in the rule of that in the fifth house. They like work from your creative endeavors using your hands, like you said, the candles, the oils, and stuff like that. Also using your intellectual skills
Hmm.
and you gotta communicate. I think you say you do tarot card too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta communicate doing that. Sixth house kind of like the side hustle house, not really the career house, but it show the day to day work environment for real. What it would be like if you go out and get a job. Seventh house you got Virgo. Seventh house is relationships. Seventh house is the way we interact with other people in general. In general, because seventh house is other people. First house is yourself. Uh, Seventh house also negotiation, small claim court, uh, contracts. Um, what else? Seventh house is relationship. Business partners. So you got the moon in there also. So Virgo in the seventh house gonna be like being a service to the people for real, for real. So Virgo is being a service. Seventh house is other people.
I believe that that's a passion of mine.
Right, right. And also with that moon in seventh house, it's like learning how to deal with women in general for real. So the moon represent women, and you got it in the seventh house. The seventh house is just anybody with seventh house placement came to just deal with people. Don't don't
Hmm.
don't hide out. Don't try to be in the clothes in the corner in the background. You got to be out there dealing with the people. Most
She'd
specifically
be a
women.
bit like the mediator, wouldn't she? If it was Libra, you're going to be the one that brings in the balance to relationships.
Right. Yep. The balance and the organize. You know the organizing the relationship, the organizer of the relationship. You know, noticing every little small detail about a person.
Yeah. Helps with my ability to read people too. Nothing goes unnoticed for me.
Right, 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 right. And seven house of contract, so some type of contract dealing with the home.
Hmm.
You say yeah,
For sure.
and the opposite that Jupiter, which in Pisces, which mean you could have took a loss due to this contract. Um, it's also gonna be like taking a family to small claim court for some type of possession, or that's probably what you wanted to do anyway.
Shit. Only court they seeing is spiritual court. Take that ass right on there. Yes, in spiritual confinement.
Let me see that moon at the second. Basically, just the relationship with your mother also, because the moon is the mother's seventh house of the relationship. And it's square the sun, square Mars, and it's square in that Jupiter in the first house. So, some type of conflict dealing with the mother also when it comes to y'all relationship with each other. And it obviously Jupiter, which means y'all clashing because of y'all different belief systems.
That's crazy. I was just about to say that.
Anything
It's,
you want to
it's
say, Bill?
No.
Yeah, y'all clashing because of different beliefs. Um,
Libra represents books as well, don't it? So when it comes to religion, it's like it's like a symbol of the book, and it the Libra
yeah, it look like a book, but
and the
Virgo
words.
Virgo gonna represent the books. Mercury.
Libra's just like the library to me. So
Right,
yeah.
right, right, right. It could be though. I ain't familiar with that one though. Could be. But let me see. Moving on to the eighth house. Eighth house is in Libra. Then you got a little Scorpio in the eighth house is taxes, inheritance, insurance, debt, sexuality. Uh, what else, Bill? Uh, oh yeah, trauma. Eight house is a house of trauma and karma. So it's some type of trauma and karma you went through.
Other people's money.
Right, other people's money. So, some type of trauma and karma you went through dealing with relationships and some dealing with your sexuality. You got the rule of the eight is in with the third. Some type of traumatic experience having as a child. Uh, either in the community or in dealing
like
with a single.
sexually.
Nah, it ain't gotta be sexual, just traumatic, just some type of traumatic experience dealing with something happened as a child, a traumatic experience happened as a child dealing with a sibling.
Shit, my whole life has been traumatic.
I feel you, I feel you. But this something you ain't gonna forget. Like this, it could be sexual, it could be anything for real. Cause you got that Venus
You,
opposite
it's,
Pluto, so
I mean, like I
sexual
said,
trauma
it's
going
been a
on with that.
lot.
Yeah, I see some sexual trauma in your chart,
Yeah, for
but I
sure.
don't want to get too deep on the lie though. But
Yeah.
don't nobody know who you is. I can get deep, I guess, if you want me to. Only if you
Yeah.
want me to.
You say if I want you to what?
I say I won't get too deep unless you want me to.
Shoot, read me.
I see some sexual trouble coming from the older sibling, either the older sibling or older man,
Older man,
because you got the rule in the eight is in the third and the ninth. So some type of sexual trauma going on with some type of older man, and it also can be the older sibling. Most likely when you was a child or a teenager around that age there, because it's in the third house of like teenage year.
well, it's crazy because it was at different times within my life, but it was always older men.
Older man.
Hmm
Okay, right on
I was
point.
real young, like six the first time,
Right, as a child,
and
yeah.
then yep, and then in my teenage years, and then I was gang raped as an adult.
Doesn't the ninth house represent religion as well, Al?
Yup. We
Could
ain't
it
got
be a
to the night
religious
yet though.
person?
Oh yeah, we did get to the night. The ruler of the eighth and the night. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yup. What up, Kelsey? What up, fam? Yeah, you right, fam. You right, Bill. Um, with that ruler of the eighth and the ninth. Yeah, so some type of traumatic experience. When it comes to the belief system, religion. The elder sibling could be the father also. The ninth house is ninth and the tenth house is the father. The ninth is the father in Vedic, and tenth house tropical the father. So it can be some traumatic experience dealing with the father and like an older man or something going on inside the neighborhood.
Yeah, my
And
daddy
some
was always real mean to me. And like I said, me and my mom and me and my family always clashed when it came to beliefs.
so what happened traumatic between you and your sibling? That's it. Like I see something going on with the sibling.
I mean, I don't know. Like me and my brother have recently, like I said, me and my brother have recently fell out behind. I don't really want to get into that on live,
Right, right, right. I
but
got you.
we disagreed about something I did, and he felt like I betrayed him, but I feel like I didn't,
Mm-hmm.
and he just refused to forgive me for a while for it. So we just went our separate ways.
Well, let me say this. The third house ain't. See, I'm too focused on sibling. The third house also the uncles and aunties, cousins and shit like that too. So they could be one of those two. But
Neighbours.
you got that, cause you got the rule of the eighth house and the third. So you could get like a see one, two, three, four.
It's just
Eight
well,
house.
it's so hard to pinpoint one traumatic or toxic experience because, like I said, genuinely, there was just so many things that were not right about my upbringing. From from what I've already mentioned, from just physical, mental, emotional, verbal abuse.
Right, right.
My auntie did try to kill me and my
Oh, that's
brother.
what it is. That's
That's
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
That's
Yeah,
what it
it's her
is. Traumatic
auntie.
spirit dealing with the sibling.
It's her auntie, yeah.
Right, right. So I was on
Mhm.
point. And third house is your auntie, so you got traumatic spirit dealing with both of those. So I right on point. What up, Jesus, Crystal, great honor sis. She said long list, very broad, child trauma. Yup, yup.
Yeah.
And it's physical trauma because you got that Pluto square descendant. Descendant is your body, so it's like physical trauma, physical sexual trauma.
hmm
Pluto is sex, and it gonna come
I've
from
done
a
a
whole,
I've
huh?
done a lot of fighting. I've done a lot of fighting too when it comes to my family. Like my mama, her trauma has caused her to be very soft, very
Mm-hmm.
passive aggressive. Like she doesn't deal with conflict. And I was the other way around. I was the fighter. I always felt like I had to step up and protect where she couldn't.
Right,
So
you
I did
fight for your
a
family.
lot of fighting grown men, a lot of fighting her boyfriends.
That's her son in the fourth as well. She's
Mars in the
having to
fourth.
be the life force at home, the fighter.
Right, Mars.
hmm
She fight for her family,
Exactly what it is.
and you got Mars and Gemini, so you throwing them hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fighting, yeah.
Probably got fast hands. I got Mars in the third. I got some fast hands too.
hmm
So you whipping ass, taking aim.
Yeah.
They never knew when it was coming. Like I just snapped. Like, but I felt like I had to. I feel like somebody had to do it, and
And you
I
done
guess
it.
it was me.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you were chosen. You were
You took
chosen to
one
fight
for
for
the
the fam.
team, man.
Yeah.
You chose to fight for your family and your ancestors.
And it didn't matter what terms we were on. That was one thing about me. I didn't care if we just argued, fought, whatever the case be. Only I can do that. Y'all not finna do that.
Right, right, right. What up, fam? Melly Michelle, what's going on, soul fam? How you doing? You got that night house in Scorpio once again. Um, which say that same thing we just said, traumatic experience dealing with older men. Inheritance from the you could get an inheritance from the father, night house's father, or you could just get an inheritance from
Shit, any inheritance at this point would be lovely.
eight houses inheritance. You got the ruler of the eighth and the third. Like
Could be inherited wisdom as well, though, couldn't it?
right,
It's
right, right.
crazy that you said that because that, if anything, I feel like that's what I could get from my daddy. And it's
Right.
sad because drugs aside, my daddy is so wise. Just
Yeah,
listening to him, the way he speaks, the way he interacts with people, my daddy is so skilled and so talented. It's just those drugs get the better of him.
yep.
Right, right, right. Good point, Bill. Uh, where we were? Oh, Pluto in the ninth. So, there could also be some type of traumatic experience while traveling. Um, what degree that Pluto is? Let me see. Oh, Pluto at the fifth degree. So,
And shoot, my experience going back home to Florida, that's some of my toughest lessons I had to learn right there when it came to going back to family and giving them another chance.
okay, okay.
Just that entire experience, it was a hard pill to swallow.
Right, right, right. Uh, you got the ruler of the eight. I'm gonna say the ninth is in the. I'm gonna say the ruler of the ninth and the ninth and the ruler of the ninth in the fourth. Once again, what we said, traumatic experience dealing with the family, traumatic experience dealing with older men as a child, and some type of traumatic experience dealing with travel. Like you said, your mom moved to another state, right?
Hmm.
Sagittarius represent another state, while Pisces represent like another country. So that kind of could have been kind of traumatic when you got separated from your sibling when they moved to another state.
Yeah, it was the first time I genuinely uh, been alone with nothing to fall back on, and yeah, that was definitely rough.
You know I'm doing my thing on here, fam. You already know how I get down. I don't come to play. Got my student Beth with me today, and she's doing a great job.
Yes, she
She
is.
she keeping me on my
Thank you.
toes.
She's throwing in them little hidden gems.
Oh yeah, I be getting brain free. I be freestyling so much. I don't do no research. I just go straight in.
Hmm.
Uh, what else? What else you got to say about that Pluto in the ninth, Bill?
Mm,
Oh, you got that Chiron in the eight too. They're like a wounded. Chiron is a wounded healer. Well, Chiron is what we took wound in a room. So I don't want to just keep. We ain't gonna keep focused on your traumatic experience. We're gonna move on. See something else in the ninth. Ninth is our higher self. Ninth house is the God. It's God for real. Cause our higher self is God. Then you got
and Pluto's transformation, so would that be she's transforming a higher self, like
right.
rebirth?
Yup.
Like from all those traumatic experience.
Right.
Yeah,
Through the
you're having
traumatic
to
Yeah.
experience,
transform your beliefs.
yeah, you come one with your belief in your higher self through traumatic experience. Just like everybody else, what we've been through
Hmm.
only makes us stronger. What
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't kill us
Mold
only
you
make
into
us
who you
stronger.
are, who you meant to be.
Right, right. And you can connect with your higher self through like Plutonian things such as metaphysics, uh,
Anything to do with the occult?
yeah, the occult, even through sex. You connect to your higher self through sex. 'Cause, Pluto is sex. Cause sex energy is the highest energy ever. For real, that's the highest creative energy ever, which is God energy anyway. That's what the Kundalini all about. But
Mhm.
I'm trying to see what else. You connect to your higher self when you're doing like tarot reading. Prayer, yeah, prayer.
Mhm.
Ninth house is prayer. You connect to your higher self through prayer.
Pluto is the feminine as well. It's the supreme feminine. So
Yup,
tap into that side of you.
yup, yup.
Most definitely.
What up, Jewel? L, Star Sister. What's going on, fam? You alright?
True, and like
You
I
want to get
said, I
online?
feel like I'm
So
at
what's
my
up?
best when I'm helping people. Oh,
Yeah, we on live. I'm busy right now though. What you need? You good? Go pee. You got pee? Yeah. What up, Jewel? L.
hey, hey.
What we was? Oh yeah, connect to your higher self through prayer. Prayer. When you pray, it could call like a major transformation to whatever you believe in. Cause Sagittarius is belief, and the ninth house is belief. Ninth house is prayer. There's something else I'm missing about Pluto, but I'm gonna move on.
What's
Tenth
this?
house.
What's this comment in the chat?
Let me see. Which one? Right here.
Talk about part of portrait with that Pluto and 10th.
Oh, what up, Raw? My fan, you gotta get back on here with me, man. Where you been, man?
He is so
Got
dope.
yeah, that my fan right there. Gotta start back reading these charts for these people, showing how to do it, man. He said part of fortune with that Pluto in the tent. Yeah, part of fortune where we find luck. It look like it's in the night. It look like it's in the night though. No, it's in the tent, ain't it? Yeah, it's in the tent, huh? Yep. Where we at? Tent house? Yeah, tent house is in Sagittarius with the ruler in the first. Uh, they gonna be like when you had to be your own authority. You know, you had to take a lot of responsibility in life. You got the midheaven at 17th degree, which is the Leo degree. So a whole lot of responsibility and a lot of authority you had to take as a child. Also,
Taking
but
on that masculine role.
Yeah, I see that.
so you had to take on a lot of responsibility early in life.
Yeah, I defend for myself.
Okay, okay, okay. Also,
And then for others too.
all right, 10th house is your career environment anyway. Um, your recognition to the public, the way you respect it. 10th house is all about respect to me anyway, from my experience with reading chart. 10th house show how much respect you get, and you got the rule of the 10th in the first. So, um, let me see. And it's in Sagittarius. Yeah, 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 yeah. You get respect for your beliefs and the way you damn download information from the universe or God or whatever you want to call it. You get
Mhm.
you get respect from like other
But like
people.
it would be like a morals, wouldn't it, Al? Like a higher self, like a morals.
Yep, ninth house is your morals. Yep, right on point, Bill. So that means you respect your morality. You got big respect for your morals and stuff like that.
It's everything to me.
Right, right, right. Good point, Bill.
Stand for something or fall for anything.
I know that right. And 10th house shows recognition and awards and rewards. Saturn represent awards and rewards. And let me see. You got the midheaven opposite. Venus and Mars in conjunct Mercury and Saturn. Uh, you can get like some type of online. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. You could get like some type of in the future, some type of like humanitarian award or something like that for helping out the collective, for helping out like homeless people, being a service to others. Or,
Well,
or
that's
you
school
could.
teaching.
Um, with the 10th house ruling the first. Moving on to the 11th house. 11th house is in Capricorn. Where the ruler is in the second. So they mean like Capricorn represent older age, so you can have like older age friends that you used to value, but some type of way you lost them. You lost the older friend, huh?
Um, I don't know. I feel like I've always been closer to older folks. I feel like I don't know. I just feel more comfortable with them. I don't feel like I have anything in common with young people.
Did you lose a friend before?
My first love,
They were older. They were older.
older than me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That's what I asked you. Did you lose an older friend?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on point. On point. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uh, oh, you got Neptune in there too. You took some. You could take some type of loss of dealing with friends, like sudden loss of dealing with friends. Sudden loss of incomes and gains. Sudden loss of um.
Yeah, a lot of that.
But also, it's like an online metaphysical shop, online metaphysics and stuff like that. They like doing.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yup. You got an opposite Mercury, so some type of way you're gonna have to communicate online. You're gonna have to self-express yourself online eventually.
That works for me.
But with that Pisces rising like to be in the background, like to hide, go into isolation. But in order to make money, you're gonna have to have like an online presence
Mhm.
and communicate and use your intellectual skills and using your hands and stuff like that. And you got the 11th house ruling with the 7th house, so you have well, we just said that you had a friend that you valued that you lost. 12th house. 12th house. You see anything, Bill, in 11th house before we move on?
No.
Uh, 12th house is in Aquarius with the ruler in the 12th. Like I said, you gotta come out of isolation, you gotta come out of hiding with that ruler, with the 12th ruler in the 12th, and it's at the 12th degree, so they're like a triple energy. So sudden things happen where it made you isolate for a long period of time. Um, made you be secluded.
Yeah.
let me see what it aspect.
I just
And
recently been learning to step back outside of my box.
right, right,
Just trying to enjoy life more because I feel like I got so comfortable being by myself.
right. You got. It's time to be seen. You got that
Yeah.
Mercury and Leo,
Hmm.
and you got the Sun in the fourth. So you gotta
Be
come out
seen
of
and be
isolation.
heard.
Right. Be seen to be heard. Gotta come out of isolation. Gotta come out of seclusion.
Hmm.
They also represent meditation. Meditation to increase your online presence.
Okay.
Because you got a triple energy of meditation in here. And the traditional ruler of Aquarius is Saturn, so the ruler of the 12th and the 7th. So they money off of metaphysics, money off of long distance travel, money off of online metaphysics,
Okay. Confirmation. Period.
money off of working with groups of people online. Let me see, it hit that Jupiter, the Venus, the Mars, the Sun, and Pluto. They like being working with the homeless, working with um foster kids and foster homes and stuff like that, helping them out. Um, charity and stuff like that. Charity.
I could see
So
that too.
yeah, you can make money from
Hmm.
those type of endeavors, like starting a non-profit for foster kids. Uh, anything with a large group of people, like a bunch of homeless people, foster home, and just what they call a cult. You
It's crazy. I always had a dream to have
had a
like
dream
a
about what?
foster home or like a group home or something like that for the youth.
Oh, that what you wanted to do?
That's one of the things I want to do for sure.
It's crazy that you said dream because 12 how represent dreams.
Mm, yeah, it does.
Right
And the
on point.
bedroom.
Ross said most definitely would be a great school teacher in any grade if you would seek it.
Yep, I seen that too.
And he said her 10 years to 21 was a journey for sure.
I've always loved like teaching, sharing knowledge and information with people.
Right. So, any questions you had? We've been on here about an hour and 20 minutes.
No, I think I'm just taking everything in.
All right, I'm gonna give you some remedy for some money. Well, um, Saturn to increase your finance. And the people watching y'all take notes too. Saturn represent
Come on,
second
Cole.
house of finance, right? Saturn represent rocks. Second house is your purse or your wallet. Put some rocks in your pot in your wallet that'll increase your finance. Simple remedy. These ain't no like no crazy shit. Just simple stuff. Put like you can either put crystals. Well, I prefer like rocks for real, cause crystal hurting like hold certain frequencies that belong to different planets. So they're like like rocks that look like crystals, like flat
Mhm.
rocks and stuff.
Mhm.
So since you got Saturn in the second house, you put a crystal inside your purse or whatever you throw.
Okay.
Or you can get an knife, old knife, or Yeah, just get a rock for real. You can
Okay.
go to a store and buy a rock, but you ain't don't buy a crystal unless the crystal belongs to Saturn. And that'll increase your finance.
Okay.
Get you a Buddha statue that'll help you get a home.
Okay.
Um, for a relationship, when you become a servant to the other people on a daily basis, that way you'll find a special someone.
Okay.
That's about it. That's all the little remedies I got for right now. Straight off the dome.
Thank you. Thank you. I make sure to put those in my notes.
No problem, no problem. I seen this video too, so you can watch it over and however many times you
Okay.
want to,
Thank
so you
you.
can
And
get
then
it
the
right.
only question I had, um, when you were talking about the, like my sun sign, and you were
Mm.
talking about like ancestors, what was that word that you used? Talk about ancestors.
Mm.
Start with an A or something like that.
Oh, avian.
Okay.
Avian, well, the constellation, it consists of like bird, hair humanoids, and it also consists of the lyre. Oh yeah, you might got lyres. Look up lyre starseed, avian
And
starseed.
how you say the second word? How you spell that?
Lyra,
Hmm.
Lyran.
Okay.
Some people call it Lyrans. I call them Lyrans. I got Lyrans ancestor too. I actually met mine. uh, and you got Martian ancestors too. You know what Mars is.
Hmm.
So Sun represent Krishna. Uh, you know Mars is the god of war. So you got like spiritual. You got warrior ancestors, like you said. You got people that been to the Navy and the Army, like we already confirmed. Uh, yeah, just look into the Lyrans and the Martians, and see do you relate to those two.
Okay.
Well, I know you are anyway, for real. You might want to learn more information about them. We might be connected through the Lyrans though.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Nope. I think that's all.
All right, bet, fam. We're gonna get on up out of here.
Thank you for letting me be a part of this.
No problem,
Thank
fam.
you so much, you guys. I appreciate y'all and all the information. I've been taking notes.
I already know you taking note of that
I've been taking notes too.
Mercury square Saturn. But yeah, I'm glad I can be a service to you, fam. You know what I'm saying?
I
Do them little
appreciate it
remedies,
very much.
try them
Mhm.
remedies out, and come back about a month later. Let me know what's going on.
Most definitely will.
Yes, sir. Appreciate. I'm gonna say yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
I
Just
appreciate
figure of
y'all.
speech. It's just a figure of
I know, I
speech.
know.
Well, yeah. Peace out, though, man. We're
All
gonna
Thank
right,
you,
get
have a
on
good
love.
up.
See you
night. Good night,
later.
everyone. Peace.
Oh yeah. All right, Bill. Appreciate you coming to help me out. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
You did a
thanks for
good
letting me
job.
come out.
No problem. I'll holler at you.
See ya.
I would do another, but I got to go. I'm gonna holler at y'all good people. Yes, sir, Lyra. Much appreciation for having this. Oh yeah, you got to join me next time, fam. We got to collab, man. For real, for real. I appreciate everybody joining, checking out. But I'm gone though. Peace and love. Yes, sir.